Now we're going to deal with mobile devices. There are 4 basic types of threats mobile devices are susceptible to. Mobile phone security threats include application-based, web-based, network-based, and physical threats. Downloadable applications pose the most common risk for mobile users. Malware. Malware is software that makes unwanted changes to your phone. This could include accessing email accounts, sending spam to your contacts, or worse, give control of your phone to a third party. Ransomware is a growing trend among internet scammers and is being used on mobile devices too. Malware locks your computer until you pay the ransom to get control back. Spyware. Spyware is software that is intended to track or monitor devices and their users. It can collect any and all data and information stored on your phone or transmitted through text, email, or internet. Privacy. Privacy threats exist above and beyond the scope of intentional malware or spyware. All websites and applications collect some information about you, and that information is at risk of loss. Profiles on a chat site aren't so much a problem, but that changes when the info includes a government ID, bank account, or sensitive password. Zero-day vulnerabilities. Zero-day vulnerabilities are flaws and potential points of entry within existing and otherwise trustworthy apps that have yet to be reported and/or fixed. Usually caused by poor coding or improper development, these flaws and loopholes allow hackers, malware, and spyware easy access to your devices and information. Network exploits. If there are flaws in the system and they can be exploited for the purpose of downloading malware to your device. Bluetooth is especially vulnerable. Hackers can run programs to find any and all available Bluetooth connections within range and connect to them. Wi-Fi sniffing. Most websites do not use proper security when sending information across the web, which makes it vulnerable to be intercepted. Mobile devices are constantly accessing this information across public Wi-Fi networks, which makes it easy to intercept. Black hats can easily scan the airwaves as they travel between your device and the Wi-Fi access point, grab your data, and steal it. They can also track the connections back to your devices and download malware or mine your data. Cross-platform attacks. Hackers can deploy spyware to your computer which tracks data such as banking details. Once those are stolen, a pop-up message suggests the internet user download an app for added security on your mobile device. All you have to do is enter your phone number to get an SMS message with the download link. If done, the hacker then has control of the laptop and the phone. Boyd policies, bring your own devices, expose corporate networks to attack. Not only do the devices themselves pose risk as an entry point or Trojan horse for malware, the infected devices can be used to perpetrate complex phishing scams intended to unlock company information. Phishing scams. Phishing scams can use your email, text messaging, and even push notifications from social media to trick you into entering sensitive information. Social engineering. These attacks can range in degree but are aimed at using a person's natural curiosity against them. One example is simply dropping a flash drive in a parking lot and waiting for someone to pick it up and maybe look to see what's on it. Drive-by downloads. Some websites are set up to automatically download apps to your device whether you want it to or not. In most cases, you'll have to enable the app for it to work, but this is not always the case. The apps could be innocent, and they could be malware or spyware. Browser flaws. Some websites and applications can exploit flaws in your browser software or other programs used by it, such as Flash, PDF, or media application. Visiting the wrong web page can trigger an automatic exploit, just like a drive-by. Operating system flaws. The operating systems of mobile devices are a common point of attack as well as hackers seeking new points of entry. Android-powered devices are most at risk. They are the ones most often targeted by hackers and fixed with patches and updates. Loss or theft. Loss or theft is the most prevalent physical threat to the security of your mobile device. The device itself has value and can be sold on the secondary market, and all your information can be stolen and sold. Now let's look at security issues arising from hardware on mobile devices. A pair of researchers at a French government agency devoted to information security have shown that they can use radio waves to silently trigger voice commands on any Android phone or iPhone that has Google Assistant or Siri enabled, if it also has a pair of headphones with a microphone plugged into its jack. Their clever hack uses the headphone's cord as an antenna, exploiting its wire to convert surreptitious electromagnetic waves into electrical signals that appear to the phone's operating system to be audio coming from the user's microphone. Another threat is juice jacking. Juice jacking is a physical or hardware vulnerability specific to mobile platforms. Utilizing the dual purpose of the USB charge port, many devices have been susceptible to having data exfiltrated from or malware installed onto a mobile device by utilizing malicious charging kiosks set up in public places or hidden in normal charge adapters. Juice jacking is a hardware-focused man-in-the-middle (MID-M) attack. The attacker uses a USB connection to load malware directly onto the charging station or infect a connection cable and leave it plugged in, hoping some unsuspecting person will come along and use the forgotten cable. Juice jacking exploits work because the same port used for a charging device can also transfer data. Another threat is jailbreaking. Jailbreaking is also a physical access vulnerability on Apple devices, in which mobile device users initiate the hack into their devices to unlock it and exploit weaknesses in the operating system. Mobile device users take control of their own device by jailbreaking it and customize the interface by installing applications and change system settings that are not allowed on the devices. A jailbroken device permits root access within the operating system and provides the opportunity to install software not available through the iOS App Store. Jailbreaking is the bypass of several types of Apple prohibitions for the end user. Rooting is the process of allowing users of the Android mobile operating system to attain privileged control, known as root access, over various Android subsystems. Rooting is often performed with the goal of overcoming limitations that carriers and hardware manufacturers put on some devices. Thus, rooting gives the ability or permission to alter or replace system applications and settings, run specialized applications, apps, that require administrator-level permissions or perform other operations that are otherwise inaccessible to a normal Android user. So why do people want to do jailbreaking and rooting? They want to exceed the limits set by some manufacturers. They want to install some apps or change some settings, but this can really do serious damage to the system and is definitely not recommended. We're going to watch a video. This is a HID, Human Interface Device, attack against Windows 10, using Samsung S7 HID that downloads and executes a payload by hijacking its keyboard. The second Android device is running a listener, and once payload is launched, the computer is owned.